take on the Central Coast Mariners for round 12 of the Liberty A-League. The Festival of Football is in full swing as we've seen Melbourne Victory take on Perth at this very venue not even an hour ago. But now all eyes turn to the Phoenix and the Mariners as both sides will be looking for their first win for 2024. I'm joined on call today by Australian football legend Catherine Cannulli. Kath, welcome. Which of these two sides do you think can turn their fortunes around in this game?
Both of these teams have got all to play for tonight. It's your night round, anything can happen, but I think the Wellington Phoenix have really got to look for their first win, especially away from home.
And let's have a look at how the Wellington Phoenix will line up. Well, last week's goal scorer Isabel Cox is unavailable for this match today, as is Brianna Edwards and Mania Elliott. Kate Taylor and Emma Main will rejoin the starting 11 after missing last week's match due to injury and illness respectively. And Tiana Jaber had her first appearance for the Knicks last week. She'll have another opportunity from the bench today. And a look to how Central Coast will line up. Big news is Captain Taryn King misses out today due to injury. Bianca Galich will be the stand-in captain today. And Shadeen Evans will get her first start in the Liberty A-League since November 2022. And back then she was lining up for the Sky Blues. And Wellington Phoenix having their best ever season so far. Who do you think has been a massive part of that, Kath?
I think Mariana Speckmeyer has been a fantastic recruit for the Wellington Phoenix. I think Paul Temple said that he was searching high and wide for a great number 9. I think she's an exciting player to have in our league. She's great 1v1. She's exciting when she gets in front of goal. You know, the way she runs in behind, and she's such a pacey forward.
And you spoke about her excitement. What does that result into for the Phoenix?
I think she's just a natural goal scorer, but she can also provide assists for the teams as well. We know that she's a Venezuelan international. She's capped 12 times for Venezuela. She was brought up in Miami, Florida, and she's seen the opportunity to come into the Liberty A-League, and she's taken it to get some great game time under her belt.
And ultimately, who for the Central Coast has been the difference for them so far within their joining the league?
I think Ergamal has been a fantastic signing for the Central Coast Mariners. We can see that they've struggled at times, especially in front of goals. But the 2 out of the 3 times that they've won, Ergamal has scored. You can see once she does get into good areas and can start to combine with the other strikers and the midfielders, that she can create something out of nothing. Left foot, right foot, she's shown that she has that eye for goal.
And do you think that also brings some sort of leadership and experience given her playing ability and how long she has been playing at a top level for?
Absolutely. She's a Chinese international. She's played at Asian Cups, World Cups. She's been a fantastic addition to the Central Coast Mariners. I know, speaking to Emily Husband, what she brings on and off the field has been fantastic. And to have a leader in Ergamal around, especially such a young squad as well, I think it's great not only for the league but also for the Central Coast Mariners.
And a look to the referees for today's game. The central referee is Beck Mackey. The assistant refs are Emma Kochbeck and Amber Morris. And the 4th official is Isabella Mosson. And speaking of more experienced players, Emily Longo returned to the Wellington Phoenix. A very experienced football fan. What does she bring to the side as captain?
How good is it to have Annalie Longo back in the Liberty A-League? We know she had, that horrific ACL injury. She went to the World Cup. She got some good minutes. And to be able to come back and play for her home side, I think it means the world to her. But I think it's great for the young Wellington Phoenix girls that are coming through and wanting to be the football ferns. She's been around this league and international football for a very, very long time. And it's just great to see Annalie back in our league and really tearing it up.
And Isabel Gomez, well, she previously played for the Wellington Phoenix, was there for their first 2 seasons. Now, Emily Husband, her coach, has been singing her praises. What has she done for the Mariners?
She sure has. Isabel Gomez not only been around at the Phoenix for 2 seasons, she was previously at Western Sydney Wanderers. I've known Izzy Gomez for a long time, since she was a young kid coming through the ranks. She's only 21 years old, but she's been around this league for such a long time. She's technically gifted, probably one of the most technically gifted footballers in the league, and her ability to be able to break lines is fantastic.
And Wellington Phoenix get us underway, kicking to the right of your screen in their all-black kit today. Keen to start playing out from the back. Both sides chasing their first win for 2024, and both sides also chasing goal number 50 for their club. Neither side have matched that mark just yet. Central Coast winning the ball back. Butterweir getting involved early on. Longo giving chase. Butterweir goes out wide, finds Ergamal. Little cross and dink into the middle of the park, but Mackenzie Barry escorts it out for a corner, and a very early corner to get this game underway.
It's always shaky at the start of matches, and we always say as coaches, you know, the first 5 and the last 5 in games is always important, especially for that mental side of things. And they've just got to be super disciplined here, the Wellington Phoenix.
Riley Foster just trying to stand her ground against Shadeen Evans. Faye Bryson to take the corner for the Mariners. Bryson, low ball, but doesn't trouble any of the defenders. Goal kick in the end for the Phoenix.
Bryson will be disappointed with that delivery, you know, especially in the first couple of minutes of the game. You want to try and get something out of it. You want to challenge not only Riley Foster, but be able to put the Wellington Phoenix under pressure at this point in time.
Riley Foster, she's come back from that horrific car injury, but also recently had to miss a week due to concussion protocol. She'll be looking to try and steady her ground after the game last week. And Central Coast still pushing forward. Ball out wide to Badawea. Badawea just dancing on the edge. Tries to get back McMeekin, but in the end, will be another goal kick for the Phoenix. Rolla Badawea, another good goal scorer for Central Coast, also sitting on 3 goals, much like Urgamal as well.
Absolutely, we know that Rolla Badawea has had a lot of success in our NPL. She was formerly at Sydney Uni, most recently played at Spirit FC in the NPL as well, which is great to see that a lot of these girls are getting the opportunities to be able to express themselves in the Liberty A-League as well.
And speaking about Isabel Gomez pre-game, talking about Rolla Badawea now, the importance of having expansion in this league to get these players of this talent continuing on. Some aerial football at play. Pass back to Dumont, tapped in, and the ball out wide. An opportunity for the Phoenix, and Emma Main in her return opens the scoring in just the opening minutes of the game, and just like that, Wellington are in front. They have scored their 50th goal in the competition.
We always know at this point in the match, you've got to be super disciplined. You've got to be on your game straight away. It's just a poor mistake here. They've given away possession, and the Wellington Phoenix have just capitalised on this mistake, and what a fantastic finish, and well done.
Emma Main, second goal for the season. She's been brilliant so far. One of the first signings for Paul Temple when he came to coach the Phoenix, but she'll be very pleased with that in her return from injury as well. Badawea back out to Wardlow. Owen and Wardlow combining down the line, but in the end a goal kick. We'll have another look at that goal. Just Main just able to push it past Dumont.
How beautiful, the way she's actually shaped that on her right foot to be able to shape that around Casey Dumont. It's just a fantastic finish, and she's just taken it so calmly.
A third goal for the season. Real exciting player. Emma Main, just 24 years of age, and had an assist on debut when she was signed as an injury replacement for the Phoenix earlier last year. Still just in the opening 5 minutes of this game, but both teams playing with urgency, looking to press forward. Urgamal, an opportunity now behind Evans. In the end, the flag will go up and offside will be called. So another opportunity for the Mariners goes begging.
You can just see here Shadeen Evans turning her back on the play there and not seeing where the ball actually is, and unfortunate being caught offside.
Shouts for a foul, not called. Long ball for the Mariners. And that quick 1-2 passing intercepted by the Mariners. And Fraser not afraid to get her foot in to try and win ball back for the Phoenix. Main through the centre of the pitch, dancing through. Phoenix now looking to just play the ball with some composure. McMeekin and Barry playing pass and ball. Ergamol lurking dangerously in front of the defenders. Another opportunity comes begging, and Dumont a long way out from home. Longo slides in the end. Handball given. Another opportunity goes begging for the Phoenix.
Very, very lucky there for the Central Coast Mariners. They could have been punished again. It was just an unfortunate way, the way Casey Dumont comes out to clear that ball. She's just sort of mistimed that, but it could have went really, really bad there for the Central Coast Mariners.
Wardlow chasing. Ups to pass back. Main again with the ball at her feet. Emily Husband spoke about the fact that the opposition, the Phoenix, play with a lot of 1-2 touch football, move it very quickly. Offside is called in the end, but we have seen that already in the start of this game. Very frantic, very quick football from the Phoenix.
I've absolutely loved watching the Phoenix in the competition this season. Paul Temple came out at the start of the season and spoke about what type of football, what his philosophy was about, and that's what the Wellington Phoenix have been all about this season, and they've been exciting to watch.
Bryson out wide. Into Gomez. Lennon. Possession just changing back and forth between the two teams in the centre of the pitch. Long ball over the top, and the run is on for Speckmeyer. Cuts it in. Speckmeyer just from the edge of the box. Opts not to go for the shot. Has another opportunity. Curling effort. Goes wide in the end.
That's what Speckmeyer's all about there. She does so well to get into those wide areas and uses her pace to get in behind, and then she cuts back in, but her decision making there needs to be a little bit quicker there.
Long ball over the top in the end, out to the sideline.
You can see here she's taken her on. She goes there. She's looked for goal, but I think in that instance there, you've got to lay it off. You can even look for a little 1-2 and get it back, but
Wellington persists moving down the attack. Paul Temple just having a conversation with his associate coach, spoke about his team's so-called Achilles heel and their inability to put together consistent performances away from home, especially in consistent halves as well. So really looking to provide a clinical performance and a clinical finishing in this game. That was the aim, what he said earlier this week and after their last game before that as well.
We all know that the Wellington Phoenix have lost the last 4 games in a row outside of New Zealand. We actually probably don't realise how tough it actually is to be able to fly in and out of New Zealand every couple of weeks. The toll that it takes on the players' bodies, the lack of sleep, the way they're going in and out of hotel rooms, it does take its toll, and it's something that probably this team is trying to adjust to.
Mackenzie Barry. Evans pickpockets the ball in the end. Bartolomeo moves forward. Evans down. Ball is called back for that foul on Evans. Jane Evans had scored her first goal for Adelaide all the way back in 2019. Had a couple of minutes last year or last season with Sydney, and now trying to get some valuable time with the Mariners.
It's going to be a tough game for Shadeen Evans today. It's super tough when you start your first game, that excitement and all the energy that comes in it, but it's to be able to last the whole 90 minutes with not playing at this level in a consistent time. It does take a toll on you, and especially in the first 10-15 minutes of the game.
Wardlow, McMeekin paying close attention. Foul conceded and free kick given.
You can see here Wardlow's done well, keeping the ball away from the defender there, and it's a bit of a tackle that really didn't need to didn't need to be made.
And a quick look at the possession after the opening 11 or so minutes so far. Wellington 47%, Central Coast 53%, pretty even, pretty reflective of what we've seen. But of course, Wellington are that goal up. Bryson standing over the free kick. Long effort. And cleared away by Barry. Fraser playing in the middle of the pitch and Bryson there to collect. Ball just flashing wide, top of the 18-yard box, and again Central Coast regain possession, but Awea tries to lay it low, but forced to go back. Longo through the centre to Main. Taylor, the one-touch football in play here. Wynnum spotting the run, but Foster wasn't quite anticipating that ball. Fraser from distance. Doesn't trouble Casey Dumont too much in the end. Dumont, such an experienced campaigner in this league as well, and Macy Fraser really on the opposite sense in just playing her first season now.
How good is it? I love that she has the confidence to be able to pull the trigger from there against an experienced goalkeeper like Casey Dumont.
Wardlow. Badawea. She'll be facing that battle against McMeekin so many times tonight. Badawea just trying to get in the ball, but in the end, McMeekin putting in so much effort. This ball stays in play. Wardlow. And in the end, offside is called.
You could see in the first instant when Badawea does get the ball, she's looking for support under the ball. You can see Wardlow there does make a forward run, but goes inside where she's actually taking up space of where Ergamau is standing in that position. She's looking for support under the ball, where if you do get support under the ball, it's an easy cross into the box, and you're getting something out of a cross instead of just waiting for someone to come and help.
Central Coast trying to clear it from the Wellington attack. Gomez sandwiched in the end by her former teammates. Plays on quickly. Bryson, long high ball. Bryson now with the ball. Foster. Down the line, but easily met by Karambasis. Goes back to Dumont. And the clearance goes long. Some shouts from the Phoenix players. Speckmeyer went down there, assisted by Karambasis, but in the end, the throw will still stay in yellow hands. Evans, fancy footwork to move through. Longo comes in to steal the ball. And Barry stops that certain run from Gomez. Gomez picking it up from distance, looking for an option coming forward. Wynnum. To Longo. It's the back of the head of Badawea. Wynnum with the through ball into Speckmeyer, but Karambasis just winning the foot race in the end.
Central Coast Mariners were lucky there that she doesn't start running at those Central Coast Mariners defenders, because once they would have got goal there, they would have been able to overload the Central Coast Mariners defenders for sure. But it's unfortunate that ball just didn't go a little bit longer for Speckmeyer.
Meekin off to go back to Barry. Evans, long ball through the centre. to Peter Trimmis. And Wellington win back possession. Wynnum moving forward now. Wynnum from distance. Casey DeMont using her experience there to bring that ball down.
Wynnum's picking up the ball there in some really, really good spaces. It's about once she starts driving at the Central Coast defenders that there's players that are coming in looking for that combination play to be able to go forward and get something in that front third. You could see there she hasn't got much going forward, so then she just takes that shot at goal and backs herself.
We've seen some spectacular goals from the Phoenix this season. Potentially we're in for some more tonight.
I'm absolutely loving it. I love that players are backing themselves, are having the confidence to be able to, you know, shoot from that distance. And we can see here already Wellington Phoenix having that 3 shots on target and the Central Coast Mariners having none.
Wynnum now once again find that ball in magical positions. Ups to go back. In the end, cleared away by Bryson. Evans really proving to be a headache for the Wellington Phoenix defenders today. Bryson still moving forward, asking for options. Shouts for a handball, dismissed from the referees. Wardlow goes back to Irwin. Evans once more. Laid up from Ergamal. Now an opportunity, an attempted shot, and a stunning save there from Foster on full stretch.
Great take there by Foster. And again, Trimmis, I love that she's got the confidence to be able to get into that position. The way she's actually cuts in on her left foot there. She sees, puts her head down, just takes her foot through that ball, and fantastic take there by Foster.
Peter Trimmis, just 17 years of age, really exciting prospect that's come through the New South Wales system.
I've watched Peter Trimmis play within the NPL. She's at the Bulls Academy. She's a former Institute player, New South Wales Institute player, has been in the system for a very, very long time. And to see her get the opportunity now with the Central Coast Mariners and start to play more minutes in this league is only going to progress her game.
Now Phoenix taking a moment to settle. Had the ball deep in their own attacking half, but opting to go back and settle for a moment. We've seen some great long-range strikes already in this game, but just haven't been able to get them back in the net. Is this just an opportunity for both teams to settle before they can continue with the energetic attack we've seen so far in this game?
I think both teams are trying to go at it. You could see in the first 5 minutes, the Central Coast Mariners are looking to play little 1-2s and get forward, and they were quite energetic as well off the start. And then the goal always changes the game as well and sort of settles it down. But I think both teams are looking to go forward. It's just about now having the ability to control the tempo of the game.
We'll look to Zoe McMeekin as well. 100% passing accuracy early in this game, really having a tough challenge today with how many attacking stars we have for Central Coast at the moment. But Trimmis moving forward. Trimmis holds onto the ball. Trimmis opts to go back in the end of Gomez. Gomez goes the unselfish option. Central Coast play it back. Bryson now to Badawia. And Foster just manages to keep the ball in, and no, in the end it will be a corner to the Central Coast Mariners.
Badawia has done really well here in this instance, trying to get that cross across the face of goal there. They've got a corner out of these, but I think the Central Coast Mariners need to look to use the width of this field a little bit more. The way they're playing at the moment is quite narrow.
Bryson, high ball, header rising. Galich, captain's armband on today. She wanted that goal.
Great delivery there by Bryson, and a fantastic header by Bianca Galich as well. But we can't shy away from the save by Riley Foster as well. Galich just lines it up. She gets up above her defender, gets a head on it, and what a save by Riley Foster.
And Galich really making the most of it. Been playing in the league for some time now. Of course, was previously at Canberra and Western Sydney Wanderers before she was at the Central Coast Mariners. And Riley Foster, she has been nominated for the December Player of the Month for a reason. You can see that in the way she's able to take these brilliant saves. Galich. And Shadeen Evans with space to run into, advantage paid. In the end, Badawia from distance. Ball still in play. Slowly dribbles out in the end. But there was some real opportunity there for the Mariners, and he'll be rewarded with a corner once more.
What a great ball there in behind to be able to put someone like Shadeen Evans in behind. She's got so much pace, Shadeen. We spoke about it before. It's her first start in a very long time, and sometimes the engines, you start to struggle, especially hitting this 20-minute mark. But a great layoff there for Badawia and a great shot on target. And Mariners seem to start to get a bit of momentum now.
Bryson, high delivery. And a chance goes begging for Rolla Badawia.
Unbelievable. Great delivery there by Bryson again, and she's unmarked at the back post, and Badawia in that instant, she's going to be kicking herself at half-time, thinking that that ball needs to go in the back of the net.
We've seen her score some stunning goals so far. We have seen her score goals for Sydney FC as well, and of course in her history in the NPL in New South Wales, but this was an opportunity that went begging for Rolla Badawia. Central Coast Mariners, when we last look at this stat, Wellington Phoenix had 3 shots on target to none to Central Coast. They've really got themselves into this game with decent attacking chances.
That's the only way you're going to win goals, Georgia, by shooting and scoring.
Badawia, and she makes up for that missed header just moments before, and Central Coast are on the score sheet.
How great is that for Rolla Badawia, especially that last couple of minutes before that she just missed that open header at the back post, and to come up and to be able to slot that so nicely in the back of the net. Great little ball in here from Bryson. The way she cuts in, cuts back again and slot that past Riley Foster. What a beautiful finish.
You could see the relief on her face when she was embraced by her teammates. You know, not often that you have a chance like that header goes missing, but that was a brilliant opportunity and a brilliant taken opportunity from Rolla Badawia.
She's just so calm on the ball here. The way she's taking the defender on, she cuts one way, cuts again, and just gets her head up and knows exactly where she's placing that goal. This is what Rolla Badawia brings to this league. She's just so comfortable in front of goal, and her ability to take on players 1v1 and her eye for goal is just, it's great to see, and she's been rewarded now with this goal. And
she'll go down in the history books for Central Coast Mariners as the person who scored their 50th goal in the Liberty A-League. So both teams, you know, spoke about it briefly pre-match that they had an opportunity to score their 50th goals for their respective clubs, and both teams have scored their 50th goals tonight. So scores now level. Both are a really important clash for both teams. Both teams still desperately looking for their first win of 2024. Neither team has won since the 23rd of December last year. So opportunities are here for either side that wants to claim it tonight. And of course, we're not even 25 minutes in and we've already seen 2 good goals in this game.
I think this will give the Central Coast Mariners plenty of confidence to play the second part of this first half, because the Mariners in the beginning, they did start quite well and then they got punished by the Wellington Phoenix. But I think the Mariners here will gain a lot of confidence from this goal, and hopefully we can see a little bit more energy, especially in that front third. You can see Ergemol's going to press at times. She's going out on her own where they've got to be a bit more of a collective press.
Smekmar doing whatever she can to keep that ball in play. Both teams really wanting the win tonight, but you can see in the desperation on the pitch. Evans. Back to Gomez. Bryson. Down the line to Badawia. Close attention paid by Foster. Rolla Badawia, the goal scorer just moments ago. Bryson doing so much in the attack end as a fullback as well. So, you know, taking the corners, taking the throws, really been crucial in setting up so many attacks for the Mariners. Now Wynnum on the ball for the Phoenix. And multiple players on the ground here. And Bekmeki has taken out the yellow card. And it will go to Alyssa Wynnum in the end.
You can see here Galich and Wynnum just battling it out, and it gets a bit scrappy here in this middle of the park, and Shadeen Evans has done well here. She's gotten in there, and then just at the last second Wynnum just sticks her foot out and collects Bianca Galich.
So Wynnum goes into the book for a yellow very early in this game, so she'll have to keep an eye on any duels that she participates for a decent chunk of time now. But both teams have not been afraid to really get into those physical one-on-one duels this game. We've seen it in both ends. Shadeen Evans also doing a really good job in winning back ball for her team. Been really great to see that kind of intensity at this level. In the end, the ball troubles no one, and Phoenix will get the goal kick. Great to hear as well how good the crowd here is at Leichhardt Oval tonight. Of course, so much football to be happening both today and tomorrow as part of Unite Round. All Liberty A-League games and Isuzu A-League games happening here in Sydney for the weekend. I know I'm very excited to be able to watch so much quality football all in one place. And Wynnum now on the run. Passes back, an opportunity now for Speckmeyer from distance. And my goodness, would not have been a hit if it was just in half a metre lower.
You can't give someone like Mariana Speckmeyer that much space in front of goal. You've got to be able to shut her down quickly. Central Coast Mariners are lucky that they didn't get punished in that instance. She's got so much time here on the ball. She cuts back in, and she has ample opportunity to be able to put that in the back of the net.
Like Foster forced to come out on the ground. An opportunity now, but falls to the feet of Lake once more. So Mariners tried to capitalise off the mistake made by the Phoenix, but in the end unable to do so.
You can just see here Shadeen Evans is just getting really stuck in these 50-50s, looking to win that ball up higher up the pitch.
She's been very effective in a lot of her duels so far, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. Make sure she doesn't end up in the book. And Speckmeyer looking to play back. Ergamal lurking on that ball. There's aim for Lake. And look at the passing accuracy in the final third. 48% for the Phoenix, just not accurate as we see another opportunity handled very effectively by the defensive brick wall that is Mackenzie Barry. Central Coast Mariners, quick look at that stat, was sitting at 60% for passing accuracy, able to potentially find their teammates a bit more in the final third, Cap.
I think once either team gets into the final third, you want to be making the most out of it. You don't want to be giving away good opportunities once you do get into those areas. Once you do get in the final third, you could see with Wynnum in times where she gets into that middle of the pitch and she's got space in front of her and she's driving at pace. But we need to have options to help, and the combination play in that front third is always important as well.
Wardlow on the ball. Hans Galich. Ergamal couldn't throw the ball through, but Bryson's in with a run. Bryson now. And Riley Foster once more standing tall where it matters, or coming down on her knee to really make it difficult for the Mariners.
How good's Bryson been in this game? She's been up and down. She's got massive engines. The way she gets forward from her defensive line, and to be able to get in that position to create a goal scoring opportunity like that is fantastic. I'd love to see what her GPS stats are at the end of the game, because she definitely has a big heart, and the way she gets up and down in that sideline she's been a really good addition to this Central Coast Mariners team as well.
Lots of experience playing in England, where she's from, most recently at Reading, but also was at Everton for 5 years. Bryson now on the corner. Galich with the header, but just too high.
Another great delivery by Bryson, and a free header there for Bianca Galich. I know it looks like Annalie Lungo's marking her at that point, and if players start to get more than 1 or 2 opportunities, you need to look at maybe double marking her. She's free here in a really, really dangerous position, and she's lucky that she has missed time that a little bit and hasn't got more off it.
Deep kick into the half, but Wellington aren't really able to make the most of it. And of course, just expect to see Bryson with the ball in every opportunity that she can. Temple just looking on to his team for the moment. Dumont being brought into the game. Irwin. Wynnum trying to get out of a Mariners sandwich. Wins a very, I think, vital free kick. Any thoughts on that particular one, or just a footballing incident?
I think there, you know, the Central Coast Mariners know how dangerous Wynnum can be, especially when she picks up the ball in those pockets and starts running at players. So to have 3 Central Coast Mariners players around there to try and get the ball off her and her draw this foul, I think it's great for the Phoenix here, and let's see if they can make something from it.
Maisie Fraser goes along. Too long in the end and out wide, so the Mariners will get a goal kick. Fraser rewarded for a strong start in the league with a call up to the squad for the New Zealand Football Ferns, unable to make it in the end due to illness, but really strong showing early in the season. Badawia. Galich lets it run past her feet. In the end, intercepted by the Phoenix players. Wynnum and Galich again, that tussle that's been happening at the feet. Casey Dumont, we've seen her so many times. It's 140th appearance in the league today. Really experienced custodian. What do you think she's brought to the Mariners in terms of experienced goalkeeper for this team?
We all know Casey Dumont has been around for a very long time, not only in the Liberty A-League, but around the Matildas setup. And now we know that she's crossed over to the AFL and then decided to come and re-sign or sign with the Central Coast Mariners to get some football in for the rest of the season as well, which I think is great to see her back in the league. I think Casey Dumont with the Mariners, also her experience to be able to guide some of these younger players that are coming through. It's just unfortunate now for someone like the likes of Sarah Langman, that's played in this league for a long time, that sits on the bench. But how good is it to have two top keepers in your squad?
Absolutely. Challenge will keep them both firing fit. And here we go, Peter Trimbus with space in front of her. Peter Trimbus! And the 17-year-old scores her second goal in the league. What a massive opportunity to put the Central Coast Mariners in front for the first time in this game.
What a great little pick up here again from Gomez into Shadeen Evans, and a great little reverse ball into Peter Trimbus. And she sees the way the Wellington Phoenix goalkeeper comes down and the way she just slots that away. It's just so calm, cool, collected. How great is it to see the youngster score her second goal already for this season? What a top little reverse ball there from Shadeen Evans as well. The way she takes her touch here, Trimbus across the defender and sets herself up is fantastic. And Central Coast Mariners will be absolutely buzzing to go ahead at this point in the game.
Okay, just getting some water in quickly, but another look at Peter Trimbus, you know, just 17 years of age, has really lit up the league. And remember in the press release about a quick and technical player with a great engine, and I think that's probably most evident when that goal we've seen just there, what she's actually capable of. Again, so young, getting these very valuable minutes ahead, as well as some international experience in the under 17s and 20s. So really bright, exciting player with a huge future in this league, and potentially maybe for the Matildas as well.
She is. She's an exciting young player that's coming through, and to see her be able to get these valuable minutes in the Liberty A-League, I think is fantastic, not only for her, but there's plenty of young talent that's coming through, and being able to play top-level football is only going to be beneficial not only to our league, but also to our future Matildas that are coming through this program. We're going to make mention to the Future Matildas program, and what a fantastic program it is that, you know, so many youngsters get to play and train in such a high intensity environment, and to be able to have that for our players in Australia, I think is fantastic.
And Wellington Phoenix now starting playoff with some urgency. They went up 1-0 in the opening 5 minutes of this game, but now the lead will go down 2-1 in the 37th minute. So how quickly things do change in football, and we've seen a lot of even play in terms of possession and shots, but Central Coast just have been able to make the most of it recently. Ergamal now on the ball. Dances past Longo. Longo gets a foot in the end. And a yellow card going the way of Longo. So 2 Wellington Phoenix players in the book in the first half. And
you can see here maybe a little bit of frustrations here from Annalie Longo. She just leashes out against Bianca Galich and just gets her. And again, it looks like a little bit of frustration as well from Annalie Longo, and obviously going down with the second goal now, it does sort of play on their mental state of not having a win away from home.
And very crucial player, very important leader in this Phoenix side. Gomez, the long ball, briefly headed away by McMeekin. Long ball over the top. In the end finds Irwin. And smart from Wardlow to let it go through to Evans, and now Trimis. Mackenzie Barry able to just push that ball out from Leo, stopping Trimis from having another solid opportunity.
Smart little ball there by Shadeen Evans as well, to be able to reach out with that outside of the right foot and trying to put Trimis in behind. We can see here Wellington Phoenix with 5 fouls against the Central Coast Mariners to 1, and maybe a little bit of frustration there as well is probably playing its part.
Absolutely, and a lot of ball now, spending some dangerous amount of time in this attacking third of the Mariners. Bryson. Great delivery. Header goes begging once more to Galich. Cleared in the end. Karen Bass is there to mop up the loose ball. Bryson. Shut down by Main. Plays to the feet of Fraser. And that long ball in for Speckmeyer. Dumont is out wide. Speckmeyer still continuing on. And strong defensive work from Rolla Badawea. An opportunity now for Wynnum. Dancing on the edge of the box. Wynnum still goes down. In the end, it will be a corner for the Phoenix. But so much just happened in that series of play, Kath.
So much excitement happening in that front third, and you can see here the ball in behind for Speckmeyer. She takes that touch just away from Casey Dumont. Didn't get that perfect touch in behind for herself there. She's done well here to win it back, and Wynnum just sort of dances her feet around here when she gets on the ball, and she's trying to set herself up for that shot on goal, but just doesn't happen, but wins the corner, which is fantastic.
And great work there from Badawea to get back and track that play against Speckmeyer. Here come the Phoenix, pumping ball in, and just fisted away by Dumont. And Badawea off balance slides, and so it'll be another corner for the Phoenix.
Casey Dumont's done well there to come out and fist that away, and Rolla Badawea will be quite disappointed that she couldn't completely clear this ball, and Wellington Phoenix come up with another corner here, another opportunity to score a goal.
Another opportunity. Hits the hands of Dumont. In the end, had to be booted away for safety by Bryson. Wellington really looking threatening in the moment. That stunning corner.
What a great corner, the way she's curled that in, and Casey Dumont's done well to deal with that.
McMeekin. Wynnum. Out wide to Main, the goal scorer from earlier. And takes a deflection. In the end, McMeekin concedes the foul. Owen sending over the ball. Gomez. To Trimmis. Peter Trimmis with time and space. Tries to lay her down, but no one's available for her. Trimmis. Dancing just along the edge of the box. Still retains possession. Goes back to Gomez. Irwin. And the ball just goes past the players. In the end, Ergamal ends up with possession, tries to beat Barry on the edge of the 18-yard box. Ergamal, attempted shot blocked. Another opportunity now for Badawea. And Foster in the end decides to lay on the ball for some safety. So we enter the final 3 minutes or so of regulation time for this first half. So much has happened.
How exciting has this game been? It's been end to end, and both teams creating plenty of opportunity and keeping a lot of excitement in this game.
Bryson. Plays the ball for Evans. Longo. Off balance, manages to clear, but not too far. Still into the path of Bryson. Keeps the ball in play. Galich. Off the pass through the centre for Ergamal. Foster just goes for the easy option and pushes it out for a throw.
Sometimes you've got to give your team the opportunity to be able to reset and just calm the game down. They know they're in the last few minutes of regular time, and Central Coast Mariners really have had the momentum in this second part of the first half.
And off balance Speckmeyer, and Foster just couldn't keep it in, so it will be a corner.
Wellington Phoenix have really got to keep their discipline in this moment, especially we always talk about the last 5 minutes and the first 5 minutes in matches, and we can see Bryson's delivery has been really, really good. Pretty exceptional, to be honest, in getting their 8th corner now, and Bianca Galich, you can see, is the clear target.
Bryson, will she look for Galich once more? And unable to make the most of that. So score stays at 2-1 for the moment. And of course, you know, both these teams, Wellington sitting on 5 wins. At the moment, 1 draw, 5 losses. Central Coast, 3 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses. Very different positions on the table. Central Coast in 10th out of 12 teams, whereas the Phoenix on 4th at the moment. So of course, you know, Phoenix haven't won, nor have the Central Coast Mariners won since the 23rd of December. So a win here will be very important to both campaigns. Of course, you know, we're only halfway through the season, a little bit over. So hugely, hugely important to keep that finals hopes alive, especially considering we now have that 16 finals position.
And how exciting is it to only be halfway through the season? Normally at this time we're coming towards the end of a season. It's so fantastic to see the Liberty A-League being extended and to be able to see these players be able to play more games. You can see it already, how many players are starting to notch up 50, 100, 150 games. It's just the amount of games that they're now playing. These milestones are going to be more frequent.
When you look like a player like Emily Condon of Adelaide United, how long it's taken her to reach 100 games versus potentially what we could see for a player like Peter Trimmis at just 17 years of age. It really does make you excited for the future of football here. Wellington still moving forward. Foster really backed into a corner by Bryson. There will be an additional 4 minutes of time added on in this half as well. Opportunity still beckons for the Phoenix. to go into the halftime sheds even. Barry and Lake forced to play between the two of them to try and figure out an option moving forward. Here comes Longo, captain making a run, unable to find Speckmeyer. Karen Buss is very crucial in interrupting play, and Gullich having a hard time moving through, but Speckmeyer in the end was offside and the whistle was blown.
It's unfortunate in that position that she catches herself offside, but you've got to make credit to Wellington Phoenix, that combination play in those wide areas to be able to make their way up the pitch. It's something that's been, you know, really stood out for me in their season. The way that they be able to play 1-2s, the way that they use each other to be able to progress up the field. I think it's a great credit to Paul Temple and the style of football that he's playing in this league.
The sun is truly set here in Sydney. Opportunity now once more. Evans, the foot race against Lake. Players moving with less urgency as we go deep into stoppage time for this first half. Bryson. Follows the flight of the ball. Evans tries to play at the feet. An opportunity, but routine save in the end for Foster. Ogamal, really first proper opportunity for her tonight. She's had a quiet first half so far.
We know Ogamal can be super dangerous in that area. We've seen her score an absolute rocket from that exact position in the game versus Canberra United. So to give her that opportunity to give her that time and space on the ball to be able to get something on it, they were lucky that they weren't punished in that instance.
Wardlow. Shepherded out by Main. Another look at Pietrimus, the scorer. That goal that put the Mariners in the lead. Wardlow. To Owen. Some one-touch football from the Mariners, but a little miscommunication there.
Mariners need to be smart in these last couple of minutes. They need to have game management here to be able to see out this half, to be able to go into the sheds in, you know, 2-1 up in this game. I think it's a great opportunity for them to lead at half-time.
And of course, the last time these two sides faced each other on the 18th of November last year was an Annalise Rasmussen goal that was the difference, just 1-0. It was scored deep in the second half as well. So opportunity once more for the Phoenix, ball over the top. Wardlow just trying to guide it out, in the end pushes it wide for a throw. As we come up to the end of the allotted stoppage time with Meakin. And Beck Mackey blows her whistle, and that is the end of a very exciting first half between the Central Coast Mariners and the Wellington Phoenix. Some goals aplenty, which was a really exciting play. Both teams really pushing for the 3 points tonight, looking desperately for their first win of 2024. Faye Bryson, very crucial to what we've seen in Central Coast Mariners so far. So at halftime, it is the Wellington Phoenix 1, Central Coast Mariners 2. And let's have a quick look at the goals in this game so far.
Yeah, the Wellington Phoenix here, they just capitalise on the Mariners' mistake here. Casey Dumont just not clearing the ball, and Main taking a fantastic finish there, just so cool and calm and collected to be able to slot that in the back of the net.
And this was the equaliser for the Mariners. Ronald Badawia, brilliant finish in the end. Had an opportunity to go begging not even minutes prior, and then managed to get that finish past Riley Foster.
We know how good she is 1v1 to be able to take on her opponent, and she's done it so easily, and the way she just slots that away from Riley Foster is just a fantastic finish. And here with Isabel Gomez picking up possession in the middle of the park, and Peter Trimmer's coming up with her second goal of the Liberty A-League, and again, just another fantastic finish. Just nice and easy. The way she slots that into the back of the net are just technically taken very, very well.
A very exciting first half. And let's take a look at the numbers that have made up this game of football so far. Pretty even possession, 52-48. The shots on target, Central Coast now dominating that stat. They were down 3-0 at one point, now 12 to Wellington 6. Passes are pretty accurate, both coast sides, but of course those 2 yellow cards for the Wellington Phoenix to Alyssa Winham and Ali Longo, they'll have to keep an eye on that in the second half as well. And that is the first half of football so far. Don't go anywhere. There is so much more football to come tonight and also this weekend for Unite Round. We will be back after this halftime break. Welcome back to Leichhardt Oval. It is the Wellington Phoenix taking on the Central Coast Mariners, and of course it is Unite Round. So we're here in Sydney for the whole weekend for full action of Liberty A-League and Isuzu A-League games. Mo, it's been a very exciting match so far. We'll have a quick look at the goals that have shaped the game so far.
We can see the Wellington Phoenix here took the opportunity from a mistake from Casey Dumont, and Main that just slots that perfectly into the back of the net. The way she's shaped that around Casey Dumont is just absolute world class.
And the equalizer here from Rolla Badawia, able to effectively dance through defenders and hit that ball so sweetly into the back of the net to beat Riley Foster.
The way she's taken on her opponent, the way she's beaten her twice to be able to get her opportunity to slot that ball away, and the way she's taken it is absolute quality. You can see here as well, Isabel Gomez picks up the ball in a dangerous area in the middle of the pitch. We've got the reverse ball from Shadeen Evans and Peter Trimmers, who've got such a calm and cool, collected finish.
And having a look at that ball, exactly like that first goal she scored against Canberra United in their win a couple of weeks ago. But another quick look at this little comparison we have between Emma Main and Rolla Badawia. 1 goal apiece today, 77% passing accuracy for Emma Main and just 59% for Badawia, but 5 shots to her name, both hugely influential players to their team.
Both have been fantastic for both their teams this evening, and you could see the way that Main and Badawia actually took their opportunities to be able to put their teams respectively in front at that point in time. But I think Badawia, out of the both of them, has been exceptional tonight and has really been on fire.
And it looks like there might be a half-time substitution for the Mariners. Paige Hayward standing on the sideline there. Another player that's featured quite a bit in Emily Husband's side so far this season. Previously also appeared for Adelaide United heavily throughout the past couple of seasons in the A-League, and also Annabelle Martin looking to come on as well, who last year was at the Wellington Phoenix, had 5 appearances and played for a couple of seasons as well as Melbourne Victory. So it looks like Ergamar will be the change for coming off the pitch for Paige Hayward, which will be a massive attacking difference for the Mariners. And in the end, it will be Wardlow coming off for Annabelle Martin. So some interesting changes happening at half-time, Kath.
Some really interesting changes there for Emily Husband and the Central Coast Mariners. It could be some sort of injury personally. It could be a bit of a change in style to be able to protect the lead in this game. We'll soon find out.
And of course, Central Coast are playing a game very shortly, or just on Wednesday to be honest, against Sydney at this very venue. So also might just be a management question there, having to play that catch-up game they missed out early in the season. Sydney were on their AFC Cup duties. So changes are plenty as we begin to start the second half, and Shadeen Evans on the ball. Beck Mackey just calling the players back to restart play. Everyone very excited to get us underway. Long ball. And a change as well for the Phoenix. And Hayley Davidson has also come on at number 18 for her first appearance since that head clash against Aiden Keane. And Mariners looking dangerous early. And Foster forced to dive onto the ball to stop a very early attack. So lots of things happening very early in the second half. Both teams coming out with gusto. And now Foster on the ball for the Phoenix. They'll have to work to get it out of their own defensive half. A quick look at that little play there and the opportunity for Paige Hayward as soon as she came onto the pitch, looking to try and get a goal early in the game.
What a great way there for Paige Hayward to be able to get the nerves out of her system to get a shot off on goal.
And Speckmeyer now with the run, Bryson giving chase. Speckmeyer tangled at the feet. And then Gomez gets away. Badawia now with the run. Almost running out of space, but finds the feet of Shadeen Evans. And like, just using her body well to marshal the ball and the player. Wynnum. Barry and Blake looking to play. And another look at that opportunity. Bartawia really running down that line, just failing to find an option. Foster to Fraser. Barry to a captain in Longo. Davidson back to Foster once more. And a nice touch from Emily Husband on the sideline. Wynnum. Phoenix really looking to play to the feet of every player they intend to pass the ball to. Canvasser's trying to clear it, but doesn't get far. And now with the run. And so much of this, the ball we're seeing really fought out in the center of the pitch. Karambassis and Wynnum picking the ball up. Irwin getting a crucial foot in, just push Wynnum back out away from goal. Barry and Lake now seeing the two central defenders play the ball between themselves and their back line. Long ball into Speckmeyer, pushed out wide, opts to the cross, and Foster from distance. But Dumont is able to land safely on top of the ball. So the first attacking chance for the Phoenix in the second half. Ball being moved around with speed, with precision by the Phoenix. Foster. Back to Lake. Shane Evans. Back to Karambassis. Finds Dumont. Opportunity for the Mariners to reset. Wynnum applying pressure. Very crucial throw for the Phoenix to try and bring some energy to their attacking half. And the low delivery doesn't trouble anyone.
See Casey Dumont in this position now, just using her experience and just slowing down the game and allowing the Central Coast Mariners to take control.
Davidson pushing down the field. Longo. Martin accidentally gets caught in the feet, and confirmation of that change there. So McMeekin came off. Davidson came on at halftime as well. Fraser now with a push in the back from Galich. Play continues. Becknacki really having to work to get out of the way of the ball. And now Rolla Bartawia with time and space and movement in front of her. Lays the ball down low for Shaden Evans. Tries to cut it in, ends up on the ground. But Central Coast retain possession. The threat isn't over yet. Bryson Lays it to the feet of Badawea. Still looking for an option. Goes wide. Close tension paid by Taylor. And just some confirmation of the substitutions before Urgamal coming off. Hayward coming on. And
you can just see here Shady Nevins, she just gets her head up and doesn't see the defender coming across her. She just gets caught out there, just misses out on an opportunity to get something from that.
And of course the other substitution there with Annabelle Martin coming on. And Jasmine Wallow coming off. Shady Nevins had a very influential game, of course, really important, that build-up play, what we saw just before that second goal for Trimbus. I really think she's really played this role in the Central Coast team tonight.
I think she'll be wanting to take her opportunity. She's gotten her first start in a long time and her first start here for Central Coast Mariners as well. And we all know in football we've got to keep our efforts up and we've got to be able to perform and to be able to keep that spot. And I think that's what she'll be trying to do. It's going to be tough for her to be able to see out the 90 minutes. It does get hard, as you can train as hard as you like, but to be able to, you know, commit to 90 minutes in a professional game is quite daunting.
No minutes like match minutes, and we can see the Phoenix now pushing forward. Emma Main goes from distance, looking to add a second to her tally. No players ever scored a hat-trick for the Wellington Phoenix. Players scored a brace before. Potentially looking to add a couple to her name this evening. Speckmeyer still moving down the pitch. Foster to Speckmeyer. And lots of shouts to the referee. Both teams appealing for the ball to go their way. Another look at that play.
You can see there Bryson just pushes Speckmeyer out of a little bit of frustration. Wellington Phoenix here's come up with a corner.
Foster. Delightful delivery. Hits the back of Karen Barsis and tumbled out of the hands of DeMont, and the goal line clearance there from Bryson. Bryson's once more. And a handball in the end, but a shout to a handball from all the Wellington substitutes off the pitch, and so much just happened in a very short amount of time there, Gav.
How great is that determination from the Central Coast Mariners to be able to deny the Wellington Phoenix an opportunity to score a goal there. The way they've put their body in their line and the way they've just protected their goals is fantastic.
Bryson doing so much in attack tonight, but specifically in defence as well as in her role. Another look at that play.
What a great corner in by Foster as well there, and Karen Buss has done well to get herself up and get the header away. It's just unfortunate that Casey Dumont can't do better in that instance to be able to secure that ball. And credit to the Central Coast Mariners players and Faye Bryson, who's been fantastic this evening.
Definitely one of the standout players on this pitch tonight, really doing everything she can to get her team over the line. Martin ups to go for the long throw. Tapped on by Davidson. Galich lands awkwardly. Still on the ground. Play will be halted here for a moment. Gagnaki just calling across the trainers. Just looks like she landed awkwardly and potentially hit her head. So just a halt in play for the moment.
I'm not sure she hit her head or she's actually fallen on her cheek there. She seems to be touching her cheek and looks like in a little bit of pain there.
Potential contact from Barrier, then landing on the foot of Davidson as well. So really getting it from all angles. Play just halted there. You can see young Peter Trimmers also getting a little bit of water. It is quite a warm night here in Sydney today. There's this beautiful summer weather here.
It's always beautiful in Sydney.
Another look at that challenge. So that between Evans and Barry have really been a tough tussle tonight as well throughout the pitch.
You always want to be winning those 50-50 battles when you go onto the pitch, and especially when you want to be going out a winner. You know, you have to be winning those battles, and you need to be getting stuck in, and both teams will be willing to do anything that they can to be able to get that win tonight.
Play gets back underway. Speckmeyer with the ball in her own half, pushing it down. Fraser unable to get through a swarm of Central Coast bodies. Now look, hey, Bryson, such an influential player for the Mariners. Taylor. Ball picked up again by Trimis. The ball continues on. Ryan pushing it downfield. And a look to the passes that we've seen. Wellington really keen to play just one touch, quick football. Central Coast not that far behind them on 217 passes. But another quick look to the accuracy as well.
Yeah, it's great to see that both teams are looking to pass the ball around. Obviously, the Wellington Phoenix have that in their philosophy in terms of the style of football that Paul Temple likes to play, and to be able to have a high number in accuracy as well is also fantastic. But to see the number of passes is great, especially for the Wellington Phoenix.
Longo looks like she's just been winded here. It's a brief break in play to allow her to get some deep breaths in. Really putting her body on the line there to try and block any attacks.
That's never fun when you cop a ball like that, especially straight into the chest there, and it's just taking the breath out of her, and she's just struggling there a little bit, and we'll see her come off the field and maybe have a couple of minutes before she returns.
So Captain Longo on the sidelines will have to watch this corner for the Mariners. Hey, Bryson, who's been dangerous all evening, stands over the ball. Just a brief break in play as Beck Mackey has a talking to Taylor and Galich. Lots of things happening all over the pitch. Little fires absolutely everywhere.
And it's important here that the Phoenix regroup, obviously having Annalie Lunga on the side of the pitch as well. You know, when we go into games, you're looking at who's marking who, and we know Galich was one of those ones that Bryson was looking for in majority of their corners.
Now Wellington win back the ball. Davidson to Fraser. Hayward. Through the centre, finds Badawea. Looking to move around. Two Wellington players encroaching on her space. And Racy Fraser gets a crucial tap in to the path of Wynnum. Annabelle Martin standing her ground, winning back the ball for the Mariners. A lot of back and forth, changes of possession right through the centre of the pitch. And the run from Shane Evans was cutting inside. So Foster is there to mop up the ball. Bryson. Badawea. And smart work there from Foster to use her body to break up play. Irwin going for a run through the centre. The little flick on there. And Foster and Lake content to pass it between themselves.
You can see here Central Coast Mariners are sitting off in that 4-4-2 and just letting the Wellington Phoenix just play with the ball around the back and just containing them, and happy to do so in that position now.
Trim is coming in for the challenge. Wellington adding more numbers to that passer stat. Here comes Hayward from distance. Spotted Foster a little bit off her line, but she was able to get back swiftly.
Hayward coming off the bench today would be wanting to, you know, prove herself to Emily Husband and showing that she's worthy of a start again, and to be able to win that spot back. And you can see here she just wins the ball. She takes that touch forward, gets her head down, and absolutely goes for it.
And still, the Mariners pepper forward. Longo now back on the pitch, still engine raring to go. So much movement. And a quick look at we're talking a lot about the physical intensity of this game. Wellington 5 tackles won, Central Coast 9, really going into those challenges and doing it well, Central Coast tonight.
Absolutely. We know that Wellington Phoenix likes to hold on to the ball and wants to be a team that, you know, keeps possession, and the Central Coast Mariners have done really well to try and contain that and really win those 50-50 duels and get stuck in to be able to win the ball back and progress themselves.
Wellington hoping to break free of the congestion that Central Coast is heaping upon them. Opting to go the safer route time and time again. Cut through ball through the centre, but stolen from Hayward. Wynnum really forced to try and battle against this Central Coast midfield.
Central Coast got to be a lot more disciplined there when they're sitting off there and allowing Wellington Phoenix to play the ball around, you know, their back third. They've got to stay compact and not allow Wellington Phoenix, especially to break those lines through the middle of the pitch.
Mango's down in the back of play. Martin. Potential just to cramp there for Maine. The ball just dribbles out in the end. And looks like there will be a couple of changes as well for the Phoenix. About to come on, Hope Breslin and Kelly Brown. So just a quick look at what happened to Emma Main there. So it will be Melissa Wynnum coming off. Hope Breslin coming on. Breslin, the first visa signing for the Phoenix. Hasn't she been an exciting prospect for them? Of course, Kelly Brown, New Zealand player, but played in the inaugural season for them, went to New South Wales, played with MacArthur Rams, and now back for the Phoenix this season after having a break from the A-League. So both really attacking options coming on. The Phoenix are here to win this game.
Paul Temple is definitely making a statement with this double change. He's going for the game. We know when the game starts to hit the 65th minute mark that we're looking to bring on some game changes, and that's what Brown and Breslin will be able to do. Again, both have plenty of attacking power and definitely have an eye for goal. And I watched Kelly Brown in the NPL playing for the MacArthur Rams, and geez, can she score some rockets.
And definitely that's what Paul Temple will be hoping in this game now. So we've seen a lot of players not afraid to try and hit it from range so far. Hasn't quite come off of them, not through lack of trying, and really not far off target either. So ample opportunity with, you know, just over 25 minutes or so left in this game, plus stoppage. There is such an opportunity for the Phoenix to come back in this game, as is there's an opportunity for the Mariners to bury it. There is so much to happen and so much football to come.
Absolutely, the game's here to be won for both teams. I think, you know, from a mental side of things for the Wellington Phoenix, not being able to get a win, especially in the last 4 games away from home, and now they're going to be on the road for the next couple of weeks. They go from Unite round in Sydney and they go into camp on the Gold Coast, which would be fantastic. They're not going back and forth, but they need to work hard to try and get something out of this game tonight.
Foster down the line. Breslin, fresh legs, trying to run onto it. And Beck Mackey just holding up play. Foster looks to be in a little bit of pain at the moment. She will just have to go off the pitch. But play was halted. Michaela Foster been playing for Wellington for a couple of years now. 30th appearance today, just the one goal to her name. Bryson to Galich. Fraser and Galich having that battle through the centre. Fraser just doing her part at the back, and ball won there by Tremis, streaming through. Tries to cut it back, but no Central Coast player was there to back her up. Hayward. Gomez out wide to Tremis once more. Tremis on the run. We've seen what she can do from this angle before. Tremis. It's a high ball. Stays on the pitch. Curling effort. And now Hope Breslin, and her arms taken down by Bryson. And she will enter the book for the first time tonight.
A little bit of a professional foul there from Bryson. She knows that she's been beat, and Wellington Phoenix are on the attack, so she's just taken one for the team there and pulled her back, and unfortunately there in that instance she does pick up a yellow card.
It's been very crucial for the Mariners tonight, but of course with lots of experience. Played for Everton between 2015 and 2020. Also played for Bristol City and played for Reading for the past 2 years as well before coming to the Mariners. Really experienced head, very important for a new team like this Mariners side. Foster. Ball one back by Galich. And Foster will enter the book as well for not too dissimilar of a foul we just saw from Bryson. So yellows are plenty for the two teams traditionally that wear yellow.
Pretty much the exact same opportunity for both teams, being able to break forward in those transition moments and to be able to break down the speed of play there. Foster again takes one for the team and just makes that professional foul.
And Shadeen Evans comes up, a brilliant shift from her, really crucial for that second goal for Trimbus. Should be really pleased with her performance tonight, as should Emily Husband. Her first starting appearance in the Liberty A-League since 2019 or 2022. But another look at that foul in the end. Annalise Rasmussen has entered the pitch. She scored the winner the last time that these two sides faced each other. Central Coast product, been with the club since she was 11. Opportunity now beckons for her to get a second winner against the Wellington Phoenix this season. But of course, Central Coast Mariners are up 2-1 in this game. Longo pushing forward. Breslin, cross in, finds the head of Callie Brown. Gomez lays it out wide for Trimis. Behind the feet of Rasmussen, she's unable to keep a hold of it, and the tangle between herself and Mackenzie Barry concedes the foul in the end.
You can see here Rasmussen, plenty of excitement and energy coming on and wanting to play for her home club. And I've watched this youngster in the NPL and playing for the Central Coast Mariners. There's been so much talk around Annalise Rasmussen, and to see her get her opportunity in this league as a young 18-year-old and wear the colours of the Central Coast Mariners, it's just so fantastic to see.
Again, how important it is to have these clubs, you know, all these opportunities for the amount of talent we have in this country, in this sport. It's great to see the ample opportunities, and for someone who grew up in Gosford to represent the colours of her hometown, a massive moment for her throughout the season.
Absolutely, and a lot of credit to the Central Coast Mariners, and a lot of credit's got to be given to Dan Barrett as well, who has nurtured and mentored Annalise Rasmussen for multiple years through the Central Coast program and also through the Central Coast College.
And Rasmussen streaming forward. Galich is there at the end. And crucial tackle in the end. And it will be a goal kick, as is the strong work from Rebecca Lake.
you can see here, she just sees Bianca Galic just in the side of her eye. That little reverse pass in for Bianca Galic here. And it's just unfortunate that she couldn't make a little bit more from that.
Foster. Taylor. Looks at her defenders, opts to go all the way back to a keeper instead. Leg out wide to Foster. Little clip of the ball from Badawia lets the ball advance for the Mariners. Foster has to go in instead of the line. Speckmeyer just taken down, another professional foul.
The Mariners have got to be a little bit more disciplined in that position. Speckmeyer has got her back to goal there. She's going nowhere. Just try and win that ball back without having to provide a foul.
And a look to the foul stats in Central Coast and Wellington, even at the moment, 8 fouls apiece. Both creeping in. We've seen 4 yellow cards in this game. Lots of professional fouls at the moment to try and delay opposition attacking play where possible. Macy Fraser. High ball delivery. In the end, routine catch for Casey Dumont. And Fraser applying pressure on that ball to Bryson. Works to keep it in and stolen by Longo. Keeps at the back of her feet, gets the throw. Wants to keep play moving as quickly as possible. Fraser from the edge of the box. Taylor. And here's Martin away with the ball. And a beautiful ball from Gomez to Trimis. And Rasmussen all by herself. And Riley Foster, brilliant save. Using her feet. It was almost a certain goal for the Mariners. The youngsters combining, but Riley Foster, the Canadian, denies them.
What a great attacking run there from Isabel Gomez to be able to play in Trimis, and then Trimis finding that ball for Rasmussen. She could have been the hero again for Central Coast Mariners. It's just unfortunate. What a fantastic save by Riley Foster.
Plenty of attacking effort left in this game. Both teams are hungry for more goals. Wellington playing it around the back. They've had quite the trouble so far. Been playing against Sydney, then away to Brisbane, stayed for the week up in the Gold Coast instead of opting to return back to New Zealand. Now here for this home game in Sydney. Brisbane pushing forward. Finds Fraser right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Fraser, the ball goes high. And a mark there from Casey Dumont.
Beautiful play there by Wellington Phoenix to be able to find the opportunity to be able to move that ball forward. Central Coast Mariners in this situation, they do a little bit more discipline. Fraser here gets a little touch, has a strike at goal, and Casey Dumont takes it.
And a look to the total shots in this game so far. Wellington 11, Central Coast 14. Central Coast just getting that a little bit in front at the moment.
It's great to see plenty of shots from both teams, and it just goes to show how exciting this game has been, because there has been plenty of opportunities for both teams to be able to score more goals than what we've actually had tonight. But credit to both teams. They're playing some exciting football. It's end to end, and I'm sure we're going to see an exciting last 15 minutes here.
And the foul from Fraser conceded on Galich. And Lake, sorry. Central Coast having a little bit of a chat on how to play this free kick. Costa trying to marshal her defence. She's made 6 saves so far in this game, including that stunning aerial effort early in the first half, and of course that opportunity she denied to Trimis and Rasmussen. And the routine play just couldn't get deep into the attacking third from the Mariners. Players just waiting for a ball. Gomez, she's up and away, able just to sneak through. And that is another foul there from Macy Fraser. She'll also enter the book for her efforts. But really crucial because Gomez really was away in that moment.
Gomez done fantastic there. The way she's read that play and she's intercepted that ball, and the change of pace to be able to progress that ball forward. And Macy Fraser had no other opportunity than to pull her back in that instance.
The Wellington Phoenix sitting on 4 yellow cards in this game. And the 5th in total across both teams. Of course, Faye Bryson, the only Mariner to be in the book. You can see the conversations being had between Bryson and Galich. Saw that in the previous free kick as well. Really trying to figure out what is the best option to break through this Wellington defence. Galich. High delivery. The run was there. The leap was there from Rasmussen. Cleared away in the end.
Great delivery there by Bianca Galich. She finds her players there. Just the Central Coast Mariners can't make much of it, but they've looked a lot better tonight once they do go more direct. When they try to look for the little 1-2s or be a little bit more fancy, they haven't been able to pull it off this evening.
Time and space for the Phoenix. Kelly Brown trying to thread that ball through for Speckmeyer. And it just ends up in the safe hands of Casey DeMont. Mariners playing it back before trying to move it forward now. Phoenix intercepting. Breslin on the ball. Kicked into the feet of Bryson. Does sound like a substitution will be happening here, and Maya Lobo will be coming on. Just her 2nd appearance, 2 minutes of play she's had so far in her Liberty A-League career. She'll get more than that tonight. And Rolla Badawia, the goal scorer for the Central Coast Mariners, she brought them level after that early first goal from the Knicks. She will take a well-earned rest for some great play on the pitch tonight.
Rolla Badawia has been fantastic this evening for the Central Coast Mariners, but how great is it to see the youngster in Maya Lobo come out and get some really exciting minutes for her in these last 10 or so minutes.
And she's a young Matilda, had some crucial minutes at the qualifier for the Asian Cup. See Rasmussen really trying to push through that battle with the leg. Now Rasmussen. By Longo. Longo now. And the battle against Longo really trying to push through. Longo's ability to get low to maneuver her way throughout the pitch is really something to be admired.
She's so strong in the middle of the pitch. The way she uses her body, she's tiny, but she's strong as on the ball, and her ability to be able to take players on and be able to see things, to be able to play balls in behind and break those lines. She's such a great talent, and Lee Longo.
And Karen Bass's very crucial to try and force a corner there, then rather than let Hope Breslin work her magic. So another corner for the Phoenix.
Karen Bassis has had massive shoes to fill tonight. We know that Taryn King has been an absolute brick wall for the Central Coast Mariners, and a great leader as well, the captain that misses out tonight, but she's been fantastic, Karen Bassis.
Let's see how many corners there's been, and Casey Dumont able to just rise high and collect that ball. Trimmer's a sneaky little back heel. Hayward finds the ball. Ball goes out of play, pushes it into Barry. So Central Coast progress down the pitch. Martin against her former team. Long throw to Trimbus. And again, the Mariners just slightly progress down the pitch, really trying to work the wall into a dangerous attacking space to them.
You could hear Emily Husband there just shouting a bit of instructions there to her defence, especially off those corners and off free kicks, to stay disciplined and making sure that they're all man marking and knowing who they're picking up in what instance, especially in the box.
And the ball came off the boot of Brown, so you can see the great support here for the Mariners. The Yellow Army in full voice and song all evening. It's been great to hear them all game and see how they've been supporting their team.
It's awesome to see how all the fans have been getting around their teams and getting behind them and travelling around. The league's numbers have been up, and it's been so great to see.
Rasmussen, delightful delivery. In the end, there was no one in the box for her, and Foster able to collect it. Looking for someone to come forward. Breslin touch, just gets in front of her, cuts inside, uses the space in the middle of the pitch.
It's great to see Breslin back on the pitch. She's 24 years old. She was Angel City's first ever draft pick, so to be a first draft pick for a team like at the Angel City, it's fantastic to see. She's now moved on to Houston Dash, and to see her in the Liberty A-League now and starting to get some crucial minutes for Wellington Phoenix. It didn't start so well for her, but it's great to see her back on the pitch now.
Hugely great. And of course, there was a great story, I think, in the announcement of her signing about the fact that she was once given oranges after the game by Jennifer Gardner, which is, one of the great things about this popularity of women's football the world over. How many celebrities are now getting engaged and involved, of course, at Angel City. Back to the game at hand. Dumont opts to go long. Martin heads it. Let's get booted into the stands. Right, Taylor. Martin, who's had some deadly throws this evening. Lobo streaming through, concedes the foul. Look to Macy Fraser, assist to her name. 4 shots and very good passing accuracy considering what her role has been on the pitch this evening. Breslin dances around Bryson. Opts to go out wide to Foster. Foster cuts inside, puts it on preferred foot. Fraser tries to move past the defenders. But in the end, Central Coast will get the ball and it's booted long. Galich. Space in front of her. Barry just trying to move her out wide, but Galich still on the ball. And Rasmussen, in the end, cleared, but the ball just fell fortuitously to the feet of Rasmussen. She had a real opportunity to score against the Mariners against the Phoenix for 2 games in a row.
You can see how disappointing she is there. Bianca Galich, she has done well to beat Mackenzie Barry there and gets the ball in a dangerous area, and Rasmussen just that second opportunity to be able to put the game away for the Central Coast Mariners, and you can see on the look on her face, the disappointment, but she's just got to dust herself off and try and work hard to secure this win for her team.
She's been in the right position so many times tonight. And that is an ample opportunity there for Speckmaier. Was the whistle blown beforehand? Doesn't look like a penalty was called. Speckmaier slow to get up from the ground.
It seems like she's been called offside there, but Speckmaier's done really well to get around Casey Dumont, and Central Coast Mariners really lucky to be that call go for them, and Speckmaier being called offside.
She's been running up the defenders all night. A really strong player for the Phoenix. Final minutes of regulation time in this second half. As it stands, Central Coast Mariners get their first win of 2024. Wellington still just away from home, have been struggling. Of course, is their home game, but just haven't able to get another goal in the back of the net this evening. Of course, ample time to really change this game around. Nothing's ever over until that final whistle blows. Longer.
You can see the ball here in behind for Michaela Foster. Speckmaier just offside here, and Casey Dumont lucky to get away with that one.
Speckmaier. Rasmussen. Just walking around the Phoenix defenders. Bryson now pushing forward. Still plenty of space in front of her. Goes for the flick against Foster.
A little bit of game smarts there from Faye Bryson, knowing that they're progressing themselves up the field and just kicking it off the Wellington Phoenix to be able to keep themselves up there, and trying to waste a little bit of time here going in the corner. And it's all about these last few minutes to be able to have a lot of calm heads and some experienced players to be able to guide the younger kids around and really manage this last few minutes of the game.
In the end, we had a goal kick, but of course those valuable seconds wasted up. Just the side ticking closer and closer to their fourth win of this campaign. Foster now going for that goal kick, and there'll be 6 minutes of time added on before we see the end of this game. As it stands, Central Coast, if they get this win, they were in 10th position. They could go all the way up into equal 6th position. That's how close that ladder is at the moment. That's within reach for finals contention as well. The only thing really stopping them is their goal difference from... the goal difference potentially would get them ahead of Melbourne Victory as well. So Victory drew earlier today with Perth at this very venue. Of course, we are here for Unite Round, so huge 3 points if Central Coast are able to finish out this game.
How amazing is that? How great is it to see how close this competition has been? It keeps things super exciting. And to have all the games in Unite Round this weekend and played across New South Wales, it's even better. There's no excuse not to get out to a game and be able to support the Liberty A-League and these fantastic female athletes that are playing our beautiful game in Australia.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to spend the rest of my weekend watching football. Any excuse will do, but everything in one place certainly makes it easy. So Wellington on the ball, still sitting in that fourth position, but long ball over top. Speckmaier was the target. Breslin keeps play moving. You can see the desperation, the hunger from the Phoenix players. Foster not allowing that ball to go out of play. Still moving with such speed and intensity after quite a tough 90 or so minutes so far in very humid and hot conditions here in Sydney. Demont. Central Coast just again keeping hold of the ball, trying to win these throws where possible, taking up as many seconds or minutes as they can. Bryson with no urgency to throw the ball. Phoenix, on the other hand, want to keep play moving. They have opportunities. They want to take advantage of them. Rasmussen still pushing towards goal. Rasmussen, outstretched arm of Riley Foster, keeps it at bay. Gomez going in for the channel, concedes the foul instead. Trumas with no urgency to give back the ball. To see that foul on Mackenzie Barry.
She's come up to try and press the ball and win it and come up with the foul there, but
Longo from distance. Shouts for a handball, but in the end waved away. And Phoenix just keep moving with such urgency. As we go deep into stoppage time, Brown. Aerial football at play. And Fraser with that little tug of the shirt, and Gomez.
yeah, you can see here Longo turns and strikes the ball. It does hit the arm there, but you can see Annalise Lungo calling for the handball, and
Hayward. Galich can see the way the ball's being played. Fraser to Speckmeyer. Evan just keeping her at bay. Speckmeyer, low delivery. And cleared by Hayward. Breslin. Little tap goes off Bryson. Foster now. Crosses it in. Over the head of Brown, and Demont just holds up play.
you can see the last couple of times that Foster's picked up the ball, you can see that she's gone more direct, which is not something that Wellington Phoenix usually do, but you can see the desperation here in the last few minutes trying to get something out of this game.
We're about to enter the final minute or so of play. Wellington, they've been working so hard to try and get towards these 3 points. The Mariners making the most of their chances. Both teams playing this football with attacking intensity this evening. Davidson to Fraser. Martin and Brown. Opts to go for the cross. Breslin's at the top. And concedes the foul. And valuable seconds ticking down.
Great ball in here, bit of desire here from Breslin, trying to get something on it. Unfortunate comes up with the foul for the Central Coast Mariners.
Was that the last opportunity for the Phoenix in this game?
You would think so, coming up to this 6-minute mark in stoppage time at the moment.
And Beck Mackey blows the whistle, and Central Coast Mariners get their 4th win of the season, their first in 2024. The Phoenix have to look for those 3 points another week away at least. And it's been a brilliant performance by some of those players in yellow. That woman in particular, Faye Bryson, had a remarkable shift today. You can see there exchanging Karen Bassett and Loro as well. Some valuable minutes under her belt, and you can see how much this means to Annabelle Martin against her former team. And Peter Trimbus, what a goal that was, and what a player she has been so far this season and in the future. And it all ends Wellington Phoenix 1, Central Coast Mariners 2. And we'll have a quick look at the goals that made up this game.
Yeah, we can see here Casey Dumont doesn't clear the ball out, and Maine capitalises on this, and what a beautiful finish we've seen time and time again. You can see the way she slots this ball in the back of the net and the way she curls it around. Casey Dumont, absolute world class the way she's taken that.
Such an exciting player Emma Main has been for the Phoenix. Very crucial goal to try and get in this goal from Rolla Badawea to equal up the score.
The way she just jinks around defenders, she just does it with such ease. And again, another quality finish to be able to slot that past Riley Foster.
She moves with such grace down the pitch and able to just dance around players. And of course, the winner here from Peter Trimmis.
What a fantastic strike by Peter Trimmis. The way she takes the ball, she drives forward and strikes the ball across the face of the goal there. And she's just really coming into her game, Peter Trimmis. And you could see as the game went on today, she was fantastic.
And a look to the statistics that made up the match. Pretty even across possession, 58% to 42%. Shot Central Coast Mariners just getting ahead, but the passing accuracy for the Phoenix, they really played those small, quick balls to one another. And of course, the 4 yellow cards to the Phoenix, just 1 to Central Coast, and 13 fouls apiece. It was a physical affair on the pitch tonight, Catherine.
It was. Both teams came out to try and win the 3 points today, and it just credits to Central Coast Mariners. They pushed that little bit harder and took their chances.
Absolutely. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here with us tonight. And of course, plenty more football to come. Of course, all the Liberty A-League action in Sydney this weekend. 2 games at Leichhardt tomorrow and 2 more at Combank and 1 at Allianz on Sunday. So much more football. Thank you so much for joining us here.